Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. I actually have two quick ones. The one in front of you is the second one. So I'm going to get right into both of them. Take a deep breath. All right, I'm going to pull an energy card for you guys first. Today is June 30th, 2020. Last day of June, guys. We're in July now. So we're also in Cancer energies. That's been coming up a lot in my reads. So from the energy deck, for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? And let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. God, please armor us all with your love. Mother, Father, Christus, Sophia. What is our energy? Okay. All right, Angel of Strength. 50 is the 10 of Cups. Very much about emotional fulfillment and strength. This is like a combination of the 10 of Cups and the Strength card. They're very much about the feminines being strong right now. This is like the tough love. The Mother was coming up today as well for tough love and all that kind of energy. So that's definitely this energy. Coming up as tough love in the Cancer energy. Just wanted to clarify the picture a little bit. And we also have the storm warning coming up. So you need to be strong for the triggers that are coming in, right? 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so it is destined, all of this to happen. So just stay strong. You're good. But there just may be a little bit of tough love coming in. And then the underlying energy is the cornucopia. So the abundance that you have and that you are, which is the 11, truth and balance. And underneath that is fifth chakra. So Archangel Gabriel, so speaking your truth, it's the activation of the masculine's throat chakra. And that's the underlying energy. So that was coming in because that's been a topic the past couple weeks, the masculine's throat chakra. So this is more about going into the mother energy and being strong, okay, for the triggers and the drama that may be coming up. All right, so this first energy, this first read was yesterday. So I did a masculine, twin flame divine masculine for yesterday the 29th and today the 30th. The 30th is in front of you, but we're going to start with the 29th. So the 29 is the 3 of Wands, which is being present in the moment. And it's also an 11, which is that very visionary spiritual number. And the day added up yesterday to 39, which is the Knight of Cups. So we had the 29, which is a 2 ultimately, and then the 39, 3. So the feminine energies, and then the 3 of Gaia, and coming together, being authentic to yourself. The Knight of Cups and the 3 of Wands. So being present to being love, right? Knight of Cups is very much representing the action of love as opposed to the King of Cups, which is mastering, but it's not the action of loving. The Knight of Cups is very much about being love, walking around like Kung Fu or Jesus walking the earth, right? Being love. So 12-12 has been coming up a lot, and the 12-21s as well. Yesterday, 31 was also coming up, which is that expansion energy of the 5 of Wands. What else was coming up here? The new moons and full moons were coming up yesterday. It was a nice sunny day. I had cut the SIRIAN STARSEED deck. For those of you not familiar with my read, it's a 7-deck read. The SIRIAN STARSEED deck is the main deck, and the rest are clarifying decks. We got the mini Rider Waite, the Romance Angels, the Numerology deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Universal Golden Tarot, and the Gilded Tarot as well. So the SIRIAN STARSEED deck was cut at 9:42 yesterday morning. And that's the 9 of the Hermit, the 42 of the 2 of Cups. So isolating, but also coming together, one-on-one. And maybe some aversion was coming up yesterday regarding the Strength card, which we just brought up with that this card, Strength, and the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, but being strong in that. And also struggle with the Queen of Wands energy was coming up there. And that could represent the Queen of Wands because it is that Leo energy. So I finished this first read at 10:09, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 9 of the Hermit again. And the major arcana were Solar Deity, which is the Sun, Strength again, and then Shadow, which is like the Devil card. Before the read, because I always pull cards on either end of the read and use them in the read as well. Before the read, Indigo came up, which is like the Magician in this deck. And then after the read, the Hermit came up, which is, it's actually called Reflection in this deck. Then the court cards. There were no court cards in the main part of the read, just the 9 of Pentacles, which is the Sovereign. And then after the read, the Page of Pentacles came up, and before the read, the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords, so a lot of young energy there. Then we had 3 Wands and 4 Pentacles and 1 Sword. There were no cups in this read yesterday, and mostly Pentacles, but Wands as well, so very much about business and day-to-day living and action, desires, things like that. The numbers in the code line were all about synchronicity and karmic completion, and karmic completion did come up again as the underlying energy today, which makes sense. So synchronicities and karmic completion yesterday, and we also had triple sevens yesterday come up, and double nines, which is all about compassion. So we also had the sequence 6, 7, 8, 9, which is very much about getting towards the end of the cycle or towards the 5D as opposed to the 3D. And also 1, 2, 3 jump came up in this read. 341 was another number that came up. 3 and 41 would be the Empress and the Ace of Cups, or 34, and 1 would be the 8 of Wands and the Magician. We also had 36, which is the 10 of Wands, 67, the Knight of Pentacles, 78, the 10 of Pentacles, and 79 for me is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. Also again, 34 came up, the 8 of Wands, and 46, the 6 of Cups. And I was getting here, oh yeah, the sequences of 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7 was coming up. So when I do the union reads, I usually do them 3D, 4D, 5D, but that's been moved to 4D, 5D, 6D. And I'm getting signals as that's going to be pushed up to 5D, 6D, 7D, as well as we're aiming towards the 7, 8, 9, because 1, 2, 3 basically is 3D, 4, 5, 6 is 4D, and then 7, 8, 9 is the full expression of the 5D. So it was referencing that we're really pushing towards being fully into 5D. And in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the 1 is a bridge, the 4 is a bridge, and then the 7 is a bridge. So 4 would be the bridge, obviously from the 3D to the 5D, but then the 7 is like the, what we would consider as the death bridge, right? The death and rebirth, because 7 is crossing that veil. So again, it was really bringing up those cycles of 1, 2, 3 being 3D, 4, 5, 6 being 4D, and 7, 8, 9 being 5D. But then separately, we have the 3 to 5D cycle, and we're pushing up to the 4 to 6D now, and they're moving me soon up to the 5, 6, 7D cycle that the twins are experiencing. Also, 7, 8, 9 was coming up referencing July, August, and September as very significant months, and they always are, because it's like a graduation period going from July into Lionsgate on 8/8. So again, that lion energy of the Strength card was coming up. So that's referencing Lionsgate. And yeah, kind of like, it's like moving towards the new year in October. And obviously there's multiple new years depending on what system you're using or what belief you have. So, but this is coming up as, it was definitely bringing a download in about the October New Year, which would be the end of September, beginning of October, Rosh Hashanah, or so it's July, August, September, very significant here. So regarding synchronicities and karmic completion in this first read from yesterday, let's see here. So AI was coming up a lot this week, which can reference artificial intelligence, but also can represent the A of the Adam energy, the divine masculine, and the I of the I am presence. And also SI was coming up, which means C. It means yes in Italian, so of course, but there's some other interesting information that was coming up here. the Divine Feminine Bridge and the number 44-8. 44 is the 8, like when you stack the two 4s on each other, they become the letter H, which equals 8. So they're the same thing. And I've always received the information that 44 is more like the 3D version of the 8 in 5D. And 8, of course, is the dance between the masculine and feminine in your balanced dance between masculine and feminine and 3D and 5D. So I was also getting here that the Divine Feminine was coming up with the Divine Masculine here, and then the bridge was coming up as Thoth or Metatron energy, the toggling up over the bridge. So it's like the Divine Feminine and the Masculine coming together in the 44-8, right, the dance of the two. I reference it as the lap dance because the 4 stacked on top of the other 4. This is the Divine Feminine bridge with the Masculine over the bridge, which they're referencing as Thoth and Metatron energy, which can be considered the same energy, also the 9 energy, to the mid-moon cycle, referencing the collective Divine Feminine consciousness, which was right around this time, because the 28th would have been exactly mid-cycle, and this was on the 29th, so that very calm energy between the moon, the full moon, and the new moon. And the Sophia, or the Divine Feminine collective consciousness, offering the truth of the lovers to the Divine Feminine through synchronicities and ending cycles. And this then references the karmic completion and the synchronicity, or the messages that go to the Divine Masculine from the Feminine. So there were some extra cards that wanted to be pulled out from the Universal Golden Tarot when I was finished pulling them for the read, but this continued. They wanted me to bring this story out. So it's starting out with the Queen of Wands, the Moon, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Swords. So the Queen of Wands at night with happy family, with the King of Swords ignoring them. While they socialize, the Knight of Cups offers love and meditation, so that's like referencing the masculine. Fighting for the hostage High Priestess at home with the King of Cups, and that can reference the feminine situation, and that same type of energy came through in the second read in front of you as well. Feeling guilty for being sunshine or childlike, or, calling himself a slug doing nothing, while the Emperor rushing in with the truth to him, the Emperor star healing at night, dreams and suffering in silence about the magician making magic to walk away for the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles moving forward and guarded from the back, like someone protecting them from the back so they can get to the E Tower, which is the Divine Feminine's heart, and the Ten of Pentacles, where announcements are made to wake up the Divine Masculine, destined hermit with light on it, about lovers awakening to find peace together. The energetic exchange between the twins and the Knight of Wands, which also can reference the Queen of Wands here, may be in the way, or him needing to stand up to the group, not the Knight of Wands doing his dirty work for him. All right, so that could be him getting, someone in his life to do a lot of things that he doesn't want to have to do because he doesn't like confrontation, that kind of stuff. But he's being called to stand up for himself. So some of the stuff that was coming up with the coding again, and then online really quickly, artificial intelligence, or the atoms, I am presence, the masculine, seeing the unity consciousness, saying yes to it, of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine together, and bridging the gap with Thoth and Metatron and the 9 at night, which will happen naturally when you're sleeping as well. I was getting 2 new moons, but before the second moon, 2 are so truthful lovers, the masculine and feminine, through synchronicities with karmic completion. So again, that keeps coming up over and over again. The atom, I am present, suffering in silence at night perhaps, or with Eve, bridging 2 who fit together perfectly to toggle up after resisting the 7 that's complete, and then the 8 that's complete. The 7-8 then, which is the dream family, it's the end of the tarot, of the 2, the dance between them, the 7, 8, and then 2. Then some stuff that came up online was mostly all about orbs yesterday. But 6 from Wiktionary was coming up. It was literally listed as 6-Wiktionary from June 22nd, 2020, Cover My Six, and it was regarding cricket hit passes over the boundary without bouncing, and then they get awarded 6 runs for the batting team. So crickets were referencing locusts and the plague that came up last week, and low cusses as well. You notice locust is low cusses, like getting cursed out. So locusts and the plague were coming up with the cricket. And also the award, that those who can hit the passes over the boundary without bouncing, right, without twins bouncing off of each other, they get awarded 6 runs for the batting team. Also, source was coming up as run base hits. So RB, it could be RBIs, but I was getting hits. So run, but any which way, RBIs, and then they were coming up as source RBIs, though, or run bases and hits as well. So another header that came up was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege from Ubisoft, and it referenced the Mastering the Art of Destruction and Gadgetry, which is probably what's coming up with the storm energy brewing. Mastering the Art of Destruction and Gadgetry. So obviously drama, and when the shit hits the fan, mastering your demeanor and your ability to control not getting triggered. So 2-6 heave also came up from enwikipedia.org, which is coordinating Siemens pulling. 2-6 heave. So it originally was it originally was 1-2-6 heave, and then that was in 1911, and in 1925 it became just 2-6 heave to pull. And 2-6 is the Page of Wands, the inspiration, and the H is the lap dance, the number 8, the dance between the masculine and the feminine, as the Page of Wands bridges the gap with the Eve, or at night, and then Knight Rider and Eve Plum were coming up as the masculine and the feminine, which is really funny. And remember, Eve Plum was the middle child in the Brady Bunch, and then Knight Rider, of course, is the Knight Rider. So AIC as an acronym was coming up, and one of the meanings of that is Achieving Independence Center. So that very much references the masculine and feminine. And the divine feminine of the 82, which is the reflection of the 28, which is the twins, which also always has to do with co-creating and choosing a new path. So the 82 is like the opposite of that, right? Coming into the delta, where you have two lanes coming into one, as opposed to one lane going into two. So it's all about the lovers being so truthful with each other through their synchronicities and karmic completion now. Yep. All right. So the acronyms that were coming up was very funny because the AI, if you look it up on Wiktionary, the different meanings are three-toed sloth, which I was asking my son about what he thought about that, because it also means penis. And he was referencing the fact that there's 2 balls on a penis for the three-toed sloth. So that was pretty funny. It also means garlic and ouch, and it means literally to have sex, to copulate in Hawaii. And it means eye, seed, high, tall, come, whole, crab, foot, habit, and no way. That's all AI. And then SI also came up, which is to be, see, louse, each other. So that was significant. The number 6 and the sieve, like a strainer, and sift. To escape, woman, die, wild cow, water, and tooth. All those came up for SI. Also the city and die, so referencing the city as it's easier to die in the city. It's a lower vibration. Also murmur and rumor. And to say, to escape, to be, and to... I thought there was one other. But anyway, so all that came up as The three-toed sloth, or in other words, each other, 2 plus 1, the third energy. The divine feminine bridges the connection of the two, Sophia, but not at the full moon. So it's saying the energy, just don't do it around the full moon. And then the truth of the lovers, the Sophia 9, the collective consciousness of the divine feminine energy and the lovers, of the feminine and the masculine, the two balls. It was getting the penis and the two balls was coming up as the two balls and the two boobs, and one penis and one vagina, like an element, like a fifth grade or like a kindergarten lesson on sexual parts. Is kind of funny the way it was coming up. Coming back to, yeah. So each other was just really important here, and just don't do things at the full moon, like any major things or coming together, that kind of thing. The Seven of Wands is what started out this read. Seven of Wands upright, and beneath it was the Indigo reversed, the Knight of Swords upright, the Four of Swords upright, and the Page of Swords reversed. So rising above the drama to dance with the third energy. So again referencing the 2 plus 1. After the Magician reversed, who may be insecure or feeling manipulative, with the Messenger of Truth connecting in the 5D with messages via meditation. With the Page of Swords reversed, or no message or negative message in return in the 3D. Losing patience or fallen angel, losing their temper, in need of help, or never learning their lesson, or it could be an opportunist as well. The Emperor upright and the Knight of Wands upright here. The Emperor getting the Knight of Wands to do all their work, or do the dirty work, the hard labor, the physical work. So that was referenced before the read as well. And the numbers from the groupings of my cards were coming up 31 and 49. And 31 is that expansion energy, 49 is the Get Your Wish card. So co-creating those energies. Aries upright, Sag reversed, Virgo reversed, Gemini reversed. Or an older child is helpful, but younger child is with learning issues. No patience with self. The child may have no patience with themselves, which may be why they have learning issues. The poor student, or in need of help, money, or opportunity, or an invitation. And the wounded warrior victim on their last leg, letting go to move or ascend, to dump their load, burden, or responsibilities, and confess to issues at work, with the King of Pentacles reversed, losing their status and or money, or not getting along, or dealing with third party at work, and the King of Pentacles reversed, present to his flame. The Magician reversed, insecure about hanging a shingle over announcements and messages of love, or worried about the Page of Cups, or kids, or the innocents, listening or feeling judged, or worried about a child with their own business online, like a teenager who wants to start an online business, or manipulators taking advantage of kids or vulnerable ones with online business or piping in music or getting followers, or in other words, the Pied Piper. Hanging a shingle over a message of love to awaken the dead, those still sleeping, with a gentle alarm instead of blasting them. Higher self and angels and masters funneling information with a whisper in the ear or through music, while other energies are trying to trip them up. Right, so there could be some darker energies wanting to trip them up or block them from getting their downloads, underhanded back and forth, pulling the rug from beneath their feet, yet still standing. Still standing, yeah. All right, so religious factors came up here, so it doesn't have to be religious factors, but anything that's a major difference between the twins is coming up here, and beneath that was healing family issues. And then the numbers in this grouping reduced to 5 and 1, so expansion or hierophant and freedom and change, co-creating with the Magician, and then also the 56 of the 2 of Swords coming up, which is being in your knowing and keeping your energy to yourself. All the expansion and the magic of it. Then 5 and dime times 2 is coming up, or 2056, judgment, announcement, or changes with lovers, or 31 of expansion. Fantasy family, dream girl, and mirror, dumping a load and confessing foolish behavior, or lacking faith, or snake tripped them up, grieving lovers triangle, or codependency on children for worthiness. The postman walking a fine line, tripped up by a snake, with lover on the wall, one pure and one sexy, using them to overcome their own inner lacking, grieving their flame, lacking faith in self. The postman focused on foot and dessert, pearls left on the floor. And that was at 12:12. And that could be just dealing with kids too, or not, showing appreciation for the valuables they have if a teenager left their pearls on the floor. So moderation comes up as number 14, which is the Temperance card and the angels, being patient and balanced. And then beneath that was love partnership, which is 26, and the Page of Wands, that inspiration of being young again. The Queen of Swords reversed, hurt, silent, or lying, and the Page of Cups, message of love, or child who is draining. The Queen of Swords reversed, in need of sunshine or overexposed, in slowdown, downturn, or working to implement a plan prior to a new life. Raining money, with eight in, but 7 plus 1 out. So it's like taking in 8, but 7 plus 1 are still going out. So breaking even, burning the midnight oil, no longer reaping the rewards, no longer able to get away with impish or scoundrel behavior, with only Ben to talk to, referencing Michael Jackson and the mouse, his mouse friend at night, burning the midnight oil. No sunshine, no lucky charms or lucky strikes, and no new life at 12:32. I was getting connection here again about don't let the sun go down on me. So the sun was reversed, the coin was reversed of the Ace of Pentacles, and the wheel was reversed. They all looked very much the same. They were all reversed. Holding back time, money, and effort, and a new life offer. Rising above the drama to tango, and being present to his flame. The King of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Cups, message of love, or innocent child, or puppy love, lovers. Affections in moderation in a love partnership. The King of Pentacles reversed, his inner child, is twins, or in other words, the innocent side of him, or in losing money and status, focusing on a message of love, puppy love, and innocence, and lover's status in moderation. The recent past is the Two of Pentacles upright, juggling two and surrender, happy with self and the world complete, or the sealed divine feminine in a never-ending story of release, of the Empress reversed, and the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community, clinging to the world of Thoth and Metatron, or the Nine and the 5D, working to remove blocks, mold, radiation, and working to align with the Page of Cups energy, or out of control third energy, reconnecting or reconciling inner purity and sex god, like your own inner purity, your own innocent child, and sex god all at the same time, surrendering to the 5D world of the divine feminine or the divine masculine, clinging to release of an ill mother, yet inheritance all at the same time. So again, it's polarizing in order to merge the two together, to take responsibility for both ends of the spectrum. The foundation is the Eight of Wands upright in energetic exchange, expressing feelings and desires as the King of Pentacles reversed, losing money, status, and the Ten of Cups reversed, emotional cycle ending, knowing the truth and keeping it to himself, recovering by dumping a load, taking a load off, and or confessing that's done. Centrally is the sun reversed, so sundowning again was coming up along with Down syndrome, in need of their sunshine. The drained or just kaput, over-radiated or overexposed, or energetic exchange not fully exposed to the E-tower, which is divine feminine's heart, and challenged by a lie, split, or just cutting through the BS, or needing clarity in the situation. Present to the sun going down on him, and the King of Swords reversed in uncomfortable energies, perhaps in divorce, break, or Taurus reversed, or thinking outside the box, and spirituality. The Hierophants reversed and the Empresses reversed. A lot of stubborn BS here. The challenge being split lies and cutting to the chase. No more games or hard boil, so it could be a hard-boiled egg. No more hardball or softball or plum ball. A new life offer of healing and forgiving. The Queen of Pentacles standing up for herself. 2, a jealous Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Wands and Knight of Cups reversed are jealous or insincere or feeling rejected. The wounded warrior on their last leg, drained, tired, or overexposed, and the Queen of Swords speaking to the King of Wands directly. And that can definitely be face to face. at war and flirting, or no longer flirting, at war, no longer flirting or competing or showing or flexing their muscles, the Queen of Swords to the King of Wands, talking to each other, and the Queen of Pentacles to the King of Cups, wounded warrior, not, or no longer keeping their men in check, where they once were, keeping them under control, and that was at 107, which is the Magician and the 7 of the Chariot. So at 108, which is the Magician and then the Strength card, after the Queen of Swords flirting with the King of Wands, while with the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups, wounded warrior, uncomfortable, perhaps with crazy kids and or dealing with sundowning, and that can just be, when you're going through ascension, you start forgetting things, like you can't think clearly anymore, so the masculines can be referencing that process as sundowning. In uncomfortable energies, recovering without a handout or olive branch from the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, standing up for themselves about unwanted or unsolicited affections, rejecting, dumped, purging without option, with synchronicities all around them, or too many options or temptations, and heaven in their eyes. The Queen of Pentacles standing up for themselves to the Queen of Wands upright and the Knight of Cups reversed together, and the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups fending off unwanted love offers without option due to many suitors. And this can be someone also trying to control guys around their children, or women throwing themselves at the divine masculine, women guarding their territory, or in other words, ownership of the masculine, as opposed to the divine masculine standing up for his beloved. That would be easier. Now is the 7 of Pentacles, the divine feminine's heart in the E-Tower, in a losing battle of removing Excalibur, choosing a new path to remove it herself and not compete for anyone, for that is not love but ego. That is not resonance, as I'm losing my voice. Sharing with others and settling out, tempted by the Holy Grail, but only if it's meant for her. Reaping rewards instead of fighting to split. Remaining third party through work, suffering in silence in the slowdown, and a Queen of Pentacles woman of moderation and intelligence, with the King of Cups wounded warrior, uncomfortable energies with crazy kids. And there could be a sister in here too. The Queen of Pentacles with time alone, without the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups letting them fend for themselves, so not doing things for them. Or the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords switched places while the Queen of Cups gets all the hugs, and that can be children jealous of another child getting more attention, or literally could be people who work with the masculine or people at home. It was like the Queen of Cups gets all the hugs ahead of them, the Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords, like Cinderella and the 2 stepsisters with Prince Charming. The divine feminine in the E-Tower letting go of stress and conflict, dealing with the Empress reversed, ill mother, aunt, grand or boss, or just a bossy mother, with no love offers, healing and hanging out, clinging or near death, dead tired or never-ending story, and no visits or good meals. The secret is out, needing courage, strength to see new perspective and letting go to repair, and working to align with being still in order to heal, with synchronicities and options, all dressed up and nowhere to go. Hanging low in slow motion, finding peace away from foolish behaviors or those who lack faith, and refusing to be love for multiple lesser options, settling for less, in other words, and sales merchandise, not exactly what you want. So settling for not exactly what you want. Soon as the 6 of Pentacles upright, sharing, settling out with 2 of Cups lovers, with the Queen of Wands jealous and the divine masculine depressed in the aftermath or avoiding the Hermit's light. The injustice of detoxing or addictions and the devil in chaos. With Gemini upright, Aquarius reversed, Scorpio reversed, Virgo upright, Libra reversed, and Capricorn reversed. Only feeling balanced when they're with their twin. He sees himself as the Strength card reversed, weak when faced with leadership or the journey or good news or being in the spotlight, feeling guilt, shame for having ignored an offer from God, thinking it was the same old boring stuff, feeling sorry for self, while the Sovereign with negative self-talk, rumors, and out of options, the twin not showing up. At 147 is the Magician and the 47 of the Seven of Cups, synchronicities or choices. Forgiving and learning, codependencies, children, and reconciliation, as well as heart-to-heart conversations and playfulness, all came up for the Divine Masculine. Around him is the Shadow reversed, the Six of Cups, twin, or kids, detoxing chaos at night, or with Capricorn reversed and Cancer upright, the messenger of truth coming from a healing place, wanting to forgive and share and be balanced. The block for the masculine here has to do with their gifts and receiving, allowing themselves to be present in the moment. The joy in coming together to purge with the Queen of Cups, fame perhaps. Karmic completion, synchronicities comes up, but even more so for the masculine here is self-love and happy ending. Hierophant reversed, no longer with two, and arrogant or depressed, or Taurus reversed, Aquarius reversed, or letting go of stardom and haughtiness, allowing the sadness to process through. The sovereign ending pain and betrayal as the chariot bold move to face their perpetrator, hear them out, who may be on guard but coming clean, and face with having to tell the truth where there's nowhere to run or hide. The sovereign without option but to stand up for themselves, to big rejection, to no love, to purging, crying without option, while so many other options there were in play. The hermit moving to peace, allowing the fall, as the King of Cups frustrated but inspired to connect in 5D. The Page of Pentacles reversed, student in need of help, money, or opportunity, and suffering in silence, coming clean, or getting clean, or cleaning up their act, or cleaning up the house, holding off on their downloads. Injustice of the house and the daily grind, or union and juggling act. The big offer coming to the Divine Feminine's heart, reaping rewards, and or daydreaming. Offering one big thing for 7 little things, right? And figuring out what actually works, what's equitable, and work or a jig, but is it a fair exchange? Taking 7 plus 1 to come together with a little work to make it the 10 of Pentacles on top of a home. So rising above the drama in energetic exchange and ego death and shadow work, surrendering to sundowning or losing his memory, and a split or lies, the equality with flames, being present to the gift of the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, and the Sovereign Hermit with the Page of Pentacles reversed, suffering in silence or dealing with a sister, cleaning up their life or cleaning out the house. Rising from the ashes to surrender to pending status and energetic exchange along with sundowning and drained, reaping the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, and challenged by the split, lies, and twin flame videotapes, in need of strength, courage, balance, and equitable distribution with Sovereign, detoxing the present gift of the Sovereign Divine Feminine and their own independence all at once. Hermiting with the Page of Pentacles reversed, suffering in silence, or sister, holding off on downloads for the moment to find the equitable exchange between them. All right, so that was always all about finding the balance between them and the strength. So that was very much reflective of this card here. Okay, and then the drama that may be coming up with karmic completion, finishing up. So now we're going to get into the read in front of you. And that was from today. All right, so today at 3:53, this one was done. The SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt, and it was finished at 4:16, which is the 4 of the Emperor and the 16 of the Tower. And the Tower came up a lot, that number 16 came up a lot today. The majors in this read in front of you are Justice, Lovers, Transition, which is the Death card, Hanging Man, which is like the Hangman, and then Reflection, which is the Hermit. We had 3 swords, 1 pentacle, and 2 wands. So again, no cups here. 3 swords, 1 pentacle, 2 wands. So mostly swords here, so more in their head or intellectualizing. And then the court cards here, we had the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. We're all within the read. Before the read, we also had the Knight of Pentacles, so a lot of knights here. And then after the read, the King of Cups came up. So very masculine energy. There are 3 knights, a page, and 2 kings. And then the only main numbers in the read were 7 and 7. So 77 was very significant, which is also the Sovereign. 77, the 9 of Pentacles. And in a lesser sense, we had 23 of the King of Wands, 37 of the King of Cups, 78 of the Ten of Pentacles, and then 8, 9, 10 begin again. The code line was all about rebirth and patience, and the number 7. And it was just coming up very simple, nothing really significant, but the television, or the connection between the masculine and feminine, the after-death energy of the template of the Mary Magdalene and Jesus on the cross, the after-death connection between them of the divine feminine as she takes a risk. Eek! This is all about rebirth and patience. So it's about using your connection, and there's multiple connections, right? Because you have telepathic connection or etheric connection or heart direct connection. You have a cord. And the connection between the masculine, it's like, now I'm getting, what's the movie where they connect with their horse with the cord? I'm just blanking out on the name, which I do a lot. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm getting that energy of... Well, any which way, it's all about rebirth and patience and taking a risk. It's like the divine feminine taking a risk. It's like, that's scary, right? So the word of the day for Wiktionary came up as zippy, or energetic and lively, quick or speedy. And the foreign word was tentempié, Tentempie, a snack, refreshment, entree, or roly-poly. Going back to the code line, after looking at a couple of the acronyms, we had EKE and SEV. And SEV, I love that because it's a flash of lightning or light, and also a shave, like a shaving of light. And then the SEV comes up as divine feminine, but also 7. And it's also an Indian snack food of crunchy noodles of chickpea flour paste. And it also means 2 in reference to self, So the TV ad, or flash of lightning, or that telepathic vision between the masculine and feminine after death, the flash of lightning or shave of thoughts or words, a little shaving of that, the connection after death in the flash of light to shave their thoughts of words, or in other words, cut down, and then the other acronym meant then to add to. So it's like editing. Then add to, or augment, or lengthen. And then I was getting plow and wood as well. So we start this one out with the King of Swords reversed. So the underlying energy here, the big card here, is the King of Swords reversed. And then the 4 cards beneath that were the 2 of Pentacles upright, the 10 of Swords upright, the 8 of Swords upright, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So the King of Swords lying to themselves after juggling a painful end, ending pain, betrayal, or back pain and associated treatments, in prison with stubborn bull, no work, the disabled, or can't function, or just being still with no movement forward. There's disconnect with the Hermit reversed, perhaps just not face to face and going crazy, or coming out now, free to leap. The Queen of Cups reversed without peace, and the Wounded Warrior present. The Queen of Cups reversed without peace and disconnect, the Wounded Warrior over isolating, and the Divine Masculine present and free to leap. Lovers not satisfied, juggling death, change, transition, dark night or transformation, or an ending with the King of Cups reversed. And their death is in the middle of this read. There definitely could have been some kind of death here. And that came up in some of the signs reads today. So someone may actually be going to a service or experience someone in their family or in their life has passed away. But definitely juggling death, change, transition, or transformation, or just dealing with dark night, or an ending with the King of Cups reversed, who may be emotionally unavailable or over-emotional, or it could be a drinker. Perhaps feeling guilt, shame, of the Emperor reversed, abuse, of the Page of Cups upright, the vulnerable. So it could be an Emperor reversed abusing their power, but also could be someone who was abused when they were young by someone in power. And actually I was watching, there's something new on Netflix about the abuse in gymnastics, which I resonated with because I competed in gymnastics for 8 years. And so that's coming up again, the abuse of the vulnerable from the Emperor. So The lovers unhappy performing the daily or keeping their balls up in the air, waiting for the King of Cups reversed to kick the bucket, or just dealing or working with Scorpio King of Cups reversed, or a father, grandfather, uncle or boss or older brother who may have abused you as a child or may have abused your child. Perhaps dealing with coal or diamond or gold or oil mining, gypsies, tramps and thieves, that the child or the innocent or the vulnerable grand has no idea what's lurking around them, or just your fear about this, especially related to the military and medical, skiing, and mummifying fields of work. Fuzzy socks you wouldn't want to walk through the desert with, since they collect all sorts of needles in legs or arms. And that can reference, walking through like a medical trash waste. All sorts of needles in legs or arms. At 541, which is expansion in the Ace of Cups, never know what you're going to step on or what you're going to get. And it's like, again, Forrest Gump and, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know which one you're going to get. So the world is reversed, or the 5D world is out there, imbalanced chariot reversed in the state of emergency, or any general breakdown, up or through, and or deception during the Cancer season in June, or now that June is over. Cancer blocks, howling, and emergencies rampant. Crowns blocked by deceit and those on the warpath and emergency services. Dogs are all out after over-isolation, a bit crazed and confused, as opposed to dazed and confused, crazed and confused. Heads on the chopping blocks, or heads will roll. Nothing like a mother's fury around the world. Tough love and plowing through. Okay, and that references the Cancer time period. So separation comes up here, and keep an open mind. The Four of Pentacles reversed, pushing those who refuse to wake up out of bed, so pushing them off onto the floor, and those at a distance in touch, and those in close proximity at a distance or not touching at all. The Page of Pentacles, student of hard knocks, hurting each other with addictions and codependencies. And the Knight of Cups upright, the Four of Wands reversed here. The Knight of Cups offering love by moving or visiting or ending a marriage. Or the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups may be kids coming to visit or moving. Or instability with kids drinking and or self-abuse or flashing their butts or mooning or sexually active. Karmic completion comes up here with the number 10. And then beneath that was love, which is the number 6. The King of Wands and Queen of Wands are reversed in this underlying energy, hiding their faces and rising above the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn bull, or those not working or disabled, sharing or settling out, defenseless to energies, attacks, or feeling ganged up on, letting go and praying the dark birds go away. Fleur-de-lis curtains, robes, and unable to ignite the torch with so much distraction, others wanting your attention, never knowing what is coming up behind door number 2. Ignoring others and allowing energies to pass and let go, and then praying or meditating and grounding on the lawn to see what the crows are up to, so following the guidance of nature. The King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed are together here in the underlying energy, but they're hiding their faces reversed, waiting for things to settle down, perhaps not working to grieve a loss, and mirrors covered, on knees praying. So again, this is referencing there could be a funeral services, and mirrors could be covered as well. On the knees, the King of Swords reversed with Page of Cups upright, a loving child or a loving message, up before dawn, not sleeping, or deception and instability at home, a move, visit, or a marriage in karmic completion. The recent past is the Knight of Swords upright, the messenger of truth rushing in, the King of Pentacles reversed, ungrounded with guarded sovereign, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, not working or moving. They could be disabled, stubborn, lazy, or just unable to function, suffering in silence. The Page of Wands inspired to blow their top, crown, or cover, or inspired by an epiphany, or perhaps a spontaneous orgasm, with the Knight of Swords bleeding out at rest, sleep, meditation in the 5D connection, under the radar without option at 6:11. At 6 and 11, the news. 6 is the lovers, 11 is justice, truth and balance. The foundation is justice upright, exposing all, with justice, divorce, or Libra, and the Queen of Wands reversed. and she could be tired, sick, or angry. At 612, which is the Lovers and the Hangman, the overwork or not working at all. It's like either one or the other, right? And then merging the two. Starring, healing, or dreaming of patience or a higher love. Patient angel or one step at a time. Kids happy or energized, or Leo is all or none. Aquarius and Libra, justice, divorce, and or stardom. And the Sagittarius, Queen of Wands reversed, or a sick patient, or someone with 3D anger issues. The central energy here is the Seven of Wands, defenseless to the drama, explosions and epiphanies, separation and heartbreak, and dumping a load, burdens, or responsibilities and confessions. Or the High Priestess offering a higher love, and challenged by passing downloads, with no movement forward, seeing synchronicities, and with choices or just confused, ready to roll the die in order to just pick one. The Empress and Dark Knight holding back an announcement or holding back information, swallowing their pride to reap rewards of daydreaming just a little bit longer. The Page of Swords spreading the word of the 5D connection, or taking a break, or laying something to rest, a funeral service, or letting go to repair insecurities, manipulations, and feeling like you don't have the tools to deal with certain things, or literally someone lost their tools. The Queen of Swords upright speaking her truth to the Emperor reversed, with his back turned, ignoring her, looking at fantasy options in the 5D, detoxing and having two lovers, or two Capricorn, Libra, or Gemini, presenting the truth in uncomfortable energies. The Knight of Cups offering love to their dream girl, Star, or healing, or Aquarius who's grieving. And now the Page of Pentacles is curious about their abilities, with the Ten of Pentacles, family loss, or just bored of the same old, or grounding and integrating a less than offer. Working to co-create, but choked, or holding back an announcement for the Knight of Cups offer of love, and praying or trying to manifest someone to beg for you to come, instead of you have to do the work, if you're trying to manifest someone to come beg for you, manipulating human emotions. At work, no options for the King of Swords reversed, or lying to himself about his abilities. The Queen of Swords and the Emperor could be driving together somewhere, one in the front and the other in the back, but the Emperor's reversed definitely could be coming up as out of control or abusing his power. Or this could also reference a backseat driver, or watching porn together, or learning a new detox technique at a function or online together, or trash TV, or sex couples, or divorce court, or a jury deliberating, or at an audition. This could be with children as well. The Page of Pentacles free to try their hand at acting, or recovering from exile, or injury, or destitution, to the Knight of Cups offer of love to a hostage or prisoner coming together to play ball, or to play hardball, in an inequity, not sharing, debt, scam, or to make their dreams come true with lover or marriage or religious leader or movie star, defenseless to their fans, the Page of Pentacles child with an opportunity to express their true feelings, with or to the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the truth of the discomfort of expressing love to a famous person, where the famous person is actually shy with lots of guilt and shame or grieving at present. So at 641, which is the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, soon for the masculine is the Lovers upright, the player falling short or holding back their true desires, and reaping rewards while the King of Wands feels guilty or ashamed of the Knight of Wands reversed, maybe being promiscuous. The Queen of Pentacles reversed, at work, destined to be schooled, presently the Fool with the open heart, and free to leap any which way they turn. Gemini and Libra and Aries, Sagittarius reversed as well here, perhaps a Capricorn too. He sees himself as the transition portal, the death, the end, the mode of transformation. The Page of Cups, message of love, and performing with stolen ideas, or to run away from the players who are rushing him, and the Knight of Swords rushing in, backed by the happy family who are not fighting. Presenting the truth to the hangman, or hanging out with the Queen of Swords upright, presenting her truth. His truth, her truth, and some stealing the truth, speaking on behalf of families, or Jesus, or those hung out to dry, stolen from, cheated, lied to, bringing anything to the table that needs to be brought up. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Knight of Wands reversed, the player, falling short or holding back their true desires, defenseless to the energies and attacks, or perhaps DTs, and detox of the King of Cups reversed, seeing synchronicities or just too many options, confusion of the Ace of Wands being offered, that's passion and creativity, under the radar, and that can reference the third energy. The block for the masculine here is the Hanging Man with a right knee block, which could be anger, and dissatisfied with their negative past, difficult kids, or with the twin in uncomfortable energy, destined to see many new perspectives. Patience, rebirth, but even more so for the masculine here was effort and pride. The Queen of Wands reversed may be undressing with flame present, and the King of Pentacles is no superhero and ungrounded or all about money or work, or two people always trying to make each other jealous. The Hermit reversed over isolating, going crazy, or now coming out, moving, ending a marriage, or visiting, or just unstable and weak in ego death, or Leo out of control, now with clarity or new information, which is then throwing them out off balance. The Queen of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed, uncomfortable, offering love, or having the Knight of Cups offer love or friendship to heal shame and guilt, with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. Overworking or not at all, a painful end or betrayal, with the Emperor reversed, losing their mind perhaps, or just old, and the King of Cups reversed, suffering in silence, to come together in joy with their lover. Perhaps the Hermit reversed and the King of Cups reversed were blocked by the Emperor reversed betrayal. Perhaps the Queen of Pentacles reversed and King of Pentacles reversed are both Virgo energies, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed with a King of Cups reversed, and then the King of Pentacles reversed with the Queen of Wands reversed. They could be separate partners, each with their own child, or one with a partner and the other one with their grown child, or the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit reversed could be a grandfather or mother with their grandchild, helping each other with conditions of love, teaching each other through suffering and silence, and perhaps a sister, and coming together here. The King of Swords reversed, a Justice or Libra in transition, with the Knight of Wands reversed, which can be a player energy for sure, but also can just be holding back passions, and the Knight of Swords upright, defenseless to their drama, and challenged by downloads of lovers hanging out in limbo, or with a right knee block, which regards anger, and the Page of Pentacles figuring out how to cure the ailing, or how to come out, whether working or not working, with conditions of suffering and silence, figuring out now how to come together as lovers. The King of Swords and the Knight of Swords praying for justice, defenseless to drama, or just without a defense, can't afford it, and the challenge being downloads and discovering their abilities. In transition through the portal of lovers going crazy over isolating or now coming out, the Knight of Wands reversed, hung out to dry or going crazy, not working, and emotionally disconnected, suffering in silence, wanting to come together to socialize with their lover, as lovers do. And that was at 7:09, which is the Chariot and the Hermit. All right, so we're going to pull from the energy deck again now. It's at 5833, which is the Four of Swords, the 5D connection, and the 33 of the Christ vibration, and standing up for yourself without getting triggered or getting defensive. All right, so now that we're done the second read, what is the energy they need to know? Okay, we have two cards that popped out. We have contract, so that was coming up, karmic completions, that's over. Of 6, the lovers, love, family, and community, and justice is in this card as well. So the karmic completion, and then the 5 of the expansion in taking off the mask, being your true authentic self, right? Removing the cover and letting go of emotional attachments. And that's 5 and 6, which came up in the beginning of the read too as the Two of Swords, 56, which is knowing and keeping your energy pure into yourself. And look at all the colors in those two cards. It's all about the white and the purity, right? Keeping your eyes closed. That's very much like the Two of Swords. And then the bottom, these two want to be seen too, but the bottom of the deck is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. It's like graduation day. 41 is the Ace of Cups, self-love, spiritual love, and new love for life. It's like a new lease on life is what I'm getting right now. So there definitely could be, this can reference your children graduating, but it also can be your energy of having passed the test and to be proud of yourself and to see how far you've come. These two also want to be seen, the financial constraints and the broken hearts. All right, so it's about letting go of all of this negative energy. Okay, taking off the mask, letting go of emotional attachments. Now that the karmic contract is over, karmic completion, there's like it's like the after the war energy we have to get through, right? The financial constraints of the empty cupboards and then the broken hearts and how to heal that, right? The 13 and 9 are both about endings and completion. So this is really good. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful for you. Yeah, make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. And is there anything else? I can't think of what else it was. Either which way, rise and be love, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.